How good is the Herda? Because lo and behold, I think after a very, very long time, right? After a really, really long time, I think the only place in which the Herda is not absolutely homeless is Pure Fiction. All right. So this is her last saving grace. What I'm guessing is gonna happen is that because of Apoc Shadow and her absolutely atrocious performance, as we can see from the little chart right here, literally being the worst DPS in the entire HSR roster, that made her tier 1.5. Memory of Chaos, she hasn't gotten a Starward mode update just yet, but I'm guessing when the MOC reset comes out, she's gonna be Dunzos. So when the Starward mode for Herda makes her potentially tier 2, by the way. Also, why is Phase out? But potentially tier 2, that means the only mode in which the Herda will have a home in is Pure Fiction. And today is the Pure Fiction reset. So we'll take a look at how that is gonna be cooking up. Is MOC Starward harder than Pure Fiction April? Nah, I think it's kind of chill. I think it's kind of chill. You can check out our main channel video at you just search on YouTube MrPokke Starward mode. There's this video where I tried every single Starward mode already with like Pure Fiction, Apoc, and MOC. Full E0, by the way, only E0s, and it was a very, very manageable endgame. Wait. Alright, y'all haven't fought Graphia, no? Alright, right. Spoilers alert. Our next MOC is gonna be Graphia. Can I see the boss for this? Not yet. Yeah, the next MOC boss is gonna be Graphia. I think if you have like the wheelchair, that is M-Blade, you should have like no issues clearing Graphia. Like any unit with M-Blade will just do Graphia, like how I do Graphia every day. Then the other side, bro, I can't remember what was the side that was the MOC reset, by the way. Hold up. Starward mode. Yeah, this video right here. All right. Okay, we went in for like 1 hour and 13 minutes of non-stop Starward slop. So if you want to check out the full clears for MOC, Pure Fiction, Apoc is right here. And I did it all my first try, right? I did it all my first try. I believe MOC, this was the result right here. Oh, I see Hui Hui. What a little red. Yeah, so it was a 6-3-3 cycle. 2 was with Graphia. I think 3 was Sparksicle, right? Yeah, 3 was Sparksicle. Then 1, I believe, is Flame Reaver. Yeah. Okay, so 1 is Flame Reaver. So you are going up against Flame Reaver, Graphia, as well as Sparksicle. Unfortunately, I just want to say, like, for this particular phase, right, I would not run Finon against Flame Reaver, but I intentionally ran Finon against Flame Reaver just to see how E0 Finon in the big 2-6 is going to, because this is full E0, it was not too good. And frankly speaking, if I were to, like, move around the teams a little bit, I could swap out, like, for example, M-Blade to Flame Reaver. It would have been a much better clear. And then potentially Finon can go up against Graphia. Because Graphia's entire mechanics, I also made, like, a video, right? Wait. Graphia boss. LeBron James, that's crazy, bro. Devour the gods. Yes, because this gods, because I'm a little eager. This is the one right here. Okay, so I did this one with an E2 Finon. I believe it was a 0 cycle, if I'm not mistaken. Or like super close to a 0 cycle. So the mechanics for this boss is essentially you have this thing called the undispellable crowd control that you can only gamble on. So you see this thingy? So every single time you press E, you have a increasing chance of dispelling the crowd control. So if you press E once, it's 33%. Then your next E is 67%. And then your last E is 100%. And one of the skill casts is 1 skill point. So you're essentially gambling on whether or not you can dispel the crowd control on the very first turn. And if you cannot dispel it or you run out of skill points, then you have to just press Q. And every single time you fail, you actually take a considerable amount of damage. You can see it, right? Hold up. So I press this. So I failed. That is 1,383 damage. I'm not sure if y'all can see because chat is so fucking fat. Okay, so that was like, my aggro was I think 3.5. It dropped her to like 2.2. So if you fail again, it's another 1.3. And then your aggro is literally going to be like sub 1,000 HP. So a little bit scary. And no, you cannot cleanse this with Hyacinth. You can in fact cleanse this with a global passive. So if you do have yourself a global passive, you can ignore the first instance of the whatever the fuck this thing is. So that would make your life a lot easier. But I feel like generally speaking, the Himeko boss in the next MOC rotation is not that difficult. Because like her mechanics are like, she basically summons like a goon. And then you just do more damage. It is nowhere near as annoying as compared to like I would say Pollux, Foul Wish, and maybe King Pom Pom. This one I would give it like a... It feels a little bit of like a slightly around the same caliber as Flame Reaver, I would say. So it's a relatively neutral boss that not every team will have like a additional shield mechanics over. So looking forward to when this came out. Then I did a couple of runs there with like the E1 Archer. This was E2 Final, and this was E1 Eglea because I just wanted to try something new. And it was a very straightforward clip, right? So when MOC comes out, we're gonna be taking a look at that, and I'll be seeing you guys on the Clips channel for a quick preparation guide for Starward mode. Link to the original videos in the Clips channel down below, right? Thank you. You have cooled your last cool, my man.
Join the IPC.
Alright, got it. Birds of Orders, command has been delayed. Super hype. Get this.